Welcome back to another Blue Jackets game reaction. Another doozy in this one. It's been a few strange games for Columbus, whether it's been good or bad, but in game 33, the Jackets got a win on the road against the Sabres. Final score of 9-4 in Buffalo. That was the same score that the Sabres beat Columbus last year on TNT when Tage Thompson scored a million or so goals, however many it ended up actually being. But despite the final score being so comfortable for the Jackets, things still managed to get a bit nerve-wracking in that third period for Columbus. This season has left the fan base on the edge in pretty much every scenario that the Jackets find themselves in, whether it's good or bad for the team. This was the first game for Columbus against former Blue Jacket Eric Robinson. He's done fairly well for himself so far with the Buffalo Sabres. He's on a contract year, trying to earn that next paycheck at the NHL level after this season, so hopefully he continues to do good things with the Buffalo Sabres. Wish him the best. The Sabres were in their alternate uniforms for this one, so nice to see a little bit of some spice with the jerseys being worn in this contest. Patrick Laine on IR so that Brendan Gaunce could be called up to the NHL on emergency recall. Brendan Gaunce actually the captain for the Cleveland Monsters before getting called up. It was Daniil Tarasov getting his second consecutive start in net for Columbus. Elvis was the backup in this one, and Spencer Martin was in the press box as the Jackets continue to navigate carrying three goaltenders on their roster. Also in the press box, David Jiricek, which is a decision that I don't personally like. I disagree with. I think he's one of your promising young defensemen who's actually he's been pretty good this year. Not perfect, obviously, but I don't feel like he's been hindering the team on the ice, so I'm not really sure what putting him in the press box really does, but I guess that's the coaching staff's decision to make. Starting in net for Buffalo was Devin Levi. He would not end the night in the net for the Sabres because of all the goals that were put up by the Blue Jackets. Every forward line was involved in at least one goal. That tends to happen when you put up 9 of them, a lot of guys getting involved. Kirill Marchenko, he has written his name in the Jackets history books once again, twice now in 2 seasons, where in his rookie year he became the leader in rookie goal scoring with 21 goals, and tonight he became the first Blue Jacket to score 2 goals in 18 seconds. The previous fastest was Cam Atkinson in 31 seconds. Both of those quick goals by players for Blue Jackets were against the Sabres, and those 2 goals came with Marchenko's natural hat trick. He scored the 3rd through 5th goals for Columbus. Now, the game started with some bad deja vu to the Devils game as Rasmus Dahlin put a goal up for Buffalo 30 seconds in, got the puck in the mid-slot. Very soft defense played like Columbus on him, and he beat Tarasov pretty much one-on-one. Then we had some goals from the Gaudreau, Fantilli, Danforth line. The first goal was initially given to Danforth and later was corrected to be Gaudreau's as a puck kind of going off the boards, went off of a linesman, and then Jackets taking advantage of that, getting a wraparound chance past Levi. The second goal coming from Adam Fantilli, shooting it off Devin Levi into the net. Both goals were pretty much from behind the net plays. Blankenburg would get sandwiched by Eric Robinson and Connor Clifton. He got up and continued on. Just thought that was a big hit that was notable in the game. Then Marchenko finishing off the first period with a between-the-legs power play goal. Just a tremendous finish to put the Jackets up 3-1 at the end of the first period. That kind of foreshadowed what Marchenko's big offensive game that we'd see from him later on in this one. Second period was another offensive explosion for the Jackets, starting with Marchenko creating space for his own shot and score, sending Devin Levi to the bench with Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen coming in for the Sabres net. UPL did not get any time to settle down before Marchenko would get his third one again. Just 18 seconds later on a 2-on-1, that completed his natural hat trick, which made it 5-1 in the contest, although the Jackets weren't done yet. Eric Branson would fire a shot into the net less than a minute later. At this point, the game just feels completely out of control, off the rails. And then a little after midway through the second period, it would be Texier fighting Corrali on a 2-on-1, making it a 7-1 hockey game. Gaunce getting an assist on the play, so that was his first point of the NHL season for him. But then the nerves setting in a little bit for the team as well as the fan base as the Jackets, they stopped scoring. And then Okposo making it a 7-2 game after beating Tarasov late in the period on a wrist shot. A 5-goal lead heading into the third period. We just kind of saw this movie play out. Jackets, don't you dare do this. And the third period starts off with the Sabres on the power play. That's bad, but they kill it off. And then more bad news. They get another power play right after Peak is called for holding. And then on that one, Tage Thompson with a slap shot makes it 7-3. Again, this is starting to look like the opening scene to a movie that we're getting very, very tired of seeing, especially when Dylan Cousins makes it a 7-4 game on a shot that I thought Tarasov I thought Tarasov should have had that shot in my opinion. But with about 12 minutes left, it's full-blown panic at this point because, 3 goals in 12 minutes, that's nothing for the Blue Jackets to give up in that span of time. But then, less than a minute after the Cousins goal, Cole Sillinger putting himself in a really good position for a tap-in by the net. Zach Werenski finding him on a nice fake shot that was actually a pass, and that made it 8-4. That was just what was needed to calm things down a little bit. Kent Johnson scoring another one just kind of for giggles at that point, making it a 9-4 game. Obviously, that's a large margin of victory, even against what is not a good team in Buffalo right now. You could argue it's not just you can make an argument. It's just fact the Jackets are also not a very good team. So I'm going to take it against anybody that we can see it against right now. I don't care that the Sabres are bad. The fact that they got this victory over anybody feels like is a good result. And while this doesn't change my opinion on the season overall, I still think that there's no hope for the Jackets doing anything as far as competing for the playoffs or making a surprise run to even compete for a playoff spot. I just think that I'm trying to squeeze every ounce of happiness that I can get out of this season. And tonight is definitely going to be a happy night for me, at least, as a Jackets fan. And then every forward line had good stuff going for it in this one. I really liked what I saw from the Bemstrom, Cole Sillinger, and Kent Johnson line. If the Russian line and, Gaudreau, Fantilli, and Danforth, and then that line that I just mentioned, if those three can be scoring threats, and then we go with the chippy fourth line of Texier, Corrali, and maybe something like Gaunt or Olivier or whoever else gets in there, I feel like that could be a nice little lineup for the time being. I don't think it's going to be world beaters or that they'll win every single game, but I do feel like that is the kind of lineup that can keep the Jackets competitive and at the very least watchable for the foreseeable future. So we'll see how it goes against a team that isn't the Buffalo Sabres on Thursday when they take on the Washington Capitals. And that's going to do it for me in this video. Thanks so much for watching. If you made it this far into it, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and you'd like to see more like it. I cover more teams in Ohio. Maybe you like those videos as well, but you can let me know down in the comments below what you thought about this game and how the Jackets could potentially rebound moving forward. Am I too down on them? Could they make a miracle comeback? I don't think anybody in the fan base is really feeling like that, but maybe there is somebody that can tell me in the comments below. But once again, thank you for watching. I will see you at the next one.